The air in Atlanta has a certain chill tonight, but it's not just the January frost. It's the cold, clinical silence of an empire in freefall. Porsha Williams, the self-proclaimed Princess of Atlanta, is standing at the center of a hurricane that even her $7 million estate can't shield her from. Just months ago, the world watched as Porsha seemingly won the most toxic divorce battle in Real Housewives history. She walked away from Simon Guobadia with a massive $40,000, a month alimony check, her Rolls-Royce, and a triumphant return to RHOA Season 17. She even dropped a bombshell, re-coming-out party, announcing she was dipping her toe in the Lady Pond, and hard-launching a romance with Atlanta barber, Patrice Sway McKinney. But as of January 2026, that happily ever after has been exposed as a carefully crafted mirage. Tasha K has officially broken her silence, and the receipts she's bringing aren't just gossip. They are a forensic assassination of Porsha's entire brand. The digital streets are on fire with a revelation that could end Porsha's career. The Lady Pond wasn't about liberation. It was reportedly a calculated PR cover-up. Tasha K is alleging that Porsha's relationship with Sway McKinney was a smokescreen to hide a series of toxic affairs with married men. But the real radioactive leak, the health secrets. Tasha K claims to have obtained sworn affidavits from former lovers, alleging that Porsha knowingly concealed a chronic, communicable health condition. We are talking about criminal transmission allegations that moved this story from the blogs to the courtroom. And while Porsha is fighting for her reputation at home, her ex-husband Simon is striking from Nigeria. Despite his deportation, Simon is reportedly launching a $300 million retaliation lawsuit, claiming Porsha committed fraudulent inducement and perjury regarding her medical and financial status during their marriage. Add to that the lingering shadow of the late 2025 FBI flight investigation, where rumors suggest Porsha's mid-air breakdown was triggered by the fear of these very secrets leaking. This isn't just a reality TV plotline. This is a true crime financial and medical scandal. We are diving into the Lady Pond to find the sharks. We are looking at the management trap that turned a housewife into a liability. From the secret studio sessions to the hidden clinic visits, the GWOAT of Atlanta is standing in the light, and for the first time in 15 seasons she has nowhere to hide. The receipts are on the table, the crown is cracked. And the reckoning is here. The atmospheric shift in Porsha Williams' public image didn't just happen, it was engineered. In October 2025, during a high-profile appearance at CultureCon, Porsha stood on stage and famously declared, "He is nice and she is nice." It was the Lady Pond announcement heard round the world, a strategic re-coming out that positioned Porsha as the face of bisexual liberation just as RHOA Season 17 began filming. By November, she had hard-launched her new romance with Atlanta barber and entrepreneur Patrice Sway McKinney. We saw the birthday tributes, the club dancing, and the New Year's swaycation in Los Cabos where they stayed at the Four Seasons, seemingly whole and healed. But as we enter mid-January 2026, Tasha K is alleging that this entire romance was a calculated PR pivot designed to protect Porsha's $40,000, a month alimony check from Simon Guobadia. According to Tasha K's latest deep dive, the Lady Pond wasn't an act of freedom, it was a corporate smokescreen. Tasha K is breaking her silence, with reports suggesting that Sway McKinney has officially flipped, providing a digital diary of evidence that paints a chilling picture of manipulation. The chatter suggests that Sway was allegedly hired or incentivized to play the role of the devoted girlfriend to distract the public and Simon's legal team from a much messier truth. Porsha was reportedly caught in a toxic affair with a married man throughout the latter half of 2025. The kind of change you notice when a truth is exposed as a tactic is a chilling sense of forensic betrayal. Sources close to the production of Tasha K's latest exposé claim that Sway has provided audio recordings where Porsha allegedly discusses the marketing value of their relationship. The reports suggest that Porsha's nervous system is calm because she was reportedly using Sway as a social shield. By presenting herself as a woman exploring her sexuality, Porsha allegedly shielded herself from the homewrecker narrative that was brewing regarding her secret male lover. Tasha K's January 2026 report suggests that this married man is someone closely tied to the Atlanta social elite, and the receipts include hotel logs and burner phone DMs that put Porsha at the center of a double-life scandal. What's being whispered in the wino society is that the swaycation in Mexico was actually the breaking point. While the Instagram reels showed bike rides and spa days, The atmospheric reality was reportedly a series of contractual disputes between Porsha and Sway. Tasha K alleges that Sway grew tired of being the beard for Porsha's secret heterosexual affairs and began recording their private conversations as an insurance policy. The chatter suggests that Sway's recent Instagram comments about loving every moment were actually a sarcastic farewell before she handed her phone over to Tasha K's team. The realization that the GWOAT of Atlanta was reportedly pay-to-playing her own romance has left the housewives' fanbase in total shock. The psychological toll of the secret stud revelations is what's reportedly fueling Porsha's current social media crash out. According to reports, Tasha K has proof that Porsha's married lover was actually funding some of the very luxury items she claimed to buy with her Simon settlement money. This isn't just a dating scandal, it's a financial fraud audit. Tasha K's 2026 report suggests that if Porsha was receiving gifts and maintenance from a married lover while claiming alimony from Simon for being defenseless and broke, her entire divorce settlement could be legally vacated. The atmospheric horror for Porsha is the realization that her Lady Pond smokescreen has cleared, leaving her exposed to both a social assassination and a legal execution. The story, according to the whispers, stays complicated because the married man in question is reportedly preparing to come forward to save his own marriage by throwing Porsha under the bus. Tasha K's exposé suggests that Porsha was triangulating Sway, the married man, and the Bravo cameras to create a narrative of a hopeless romantic who keeps getting hurt. But as part one of this fallout concludes, the narrative has flipped. Porsha is no longer the healed survivor, she is being framed as the architect of a multi-layered deception. The Lady Pond has officially been drained, and the sharks, led by Tasha K and a vengeful Sway McKinney, are circling the Princess of Atlanta with receipts that don't lie. The atmospheric shift in the Porsha Williams saga turned from tabloid drama to a full-scale public health crisis in late December 2025. While the public was distracted by the glitz of her swaycation in Mexico, Tasha K was reportedly quietly gathering what she calls the receipt of the century. In early January 2026, Tasha K finally broke her silence, unleashing a report that has sent shockwaves through the Atlanta social elite. The central claim, that Porsha's partner, Patrice Sway McKinney, has officially flipped, alleging that Porsha is hiding a chronic, communicable medical condition, specifically HSV-2 herpes simplex virus, and has knowingly failed to disclose it to her multiple romantic partners. This isn't just a rumor. According to Tasha K's latest exposé, it is a forensic health scandal. The chatter suggests that Patrice McKinney has provided Tasha K with text message admissions and pharmacy records that allegedly prove Porsha has been managing this condition for years. The most chilling part of the report involves the claim of criminal transmission. Under Georgia law, reckless conduct can be charged if a person knowingly engages in sexual contact without disclosing a known communicable disease. Tasha K is alleging that Patrice is not the only victim, claiming there is a growing group of former lovers, both men and women, who are now seeking legal counsel to file a class-action health lawsuit against the RHOA star. The kind of change you notice when a personal health matter becomes a legal liability is a sense of clinical isolation. Sources close to the production of RHOA Season 17 claim that the atmospheric energy on set has turned icy. The chatter suggests that several cast members, including Kenya Moore and Phaedra Parks, have reportedly voiced concerns behind the scenes. This isn't just about Porsha's truth. It's about a public health reckoning that Tasha K is positioning as her most important wino alert to date. The reports suggest that Sway is ready to do a televised sit-down to unmask the woman who sold the world a dream while allegedly living a medical nightmare. What's being whispered is that Porsha's nervous system is calm, because she has reportedly been using her Simon Guobadia alimony checks to fund high-end medical privacy services. Tasha K alleges that Porsha used a VIP medical concierge to keep her records off the standard digital grid. But a fallout with Patrice Sway McKinney allegedly led to these secrets being leaked as an insurance policy. The atmospheric horror for Porsha is the realization that her most private vulnerability has been reportedly weaponized by the person she called her soulmate. The psychological toll of these health secrets has reportedly pushed Porsha to the brink of a digital blackout. Since Tasha K's January 2026 report, Porsha has scrubbed her comments and limited her IG activity to pre-recorded content. but the chatter suggests that the criminal transmission claims are gaining traction. The realization that the GWOAT could move from a reality TV throne to a deposition room has the industry reeling. This is part 2 of the reckoning. The secret is out, the partners are talking, and the Princess of Atlanta is finding out that some receipts can't be paid off with a $40,000 alimony check. The story, according to the whispers, stays complicated because Porsha's legal team is reportedly preparing a defamation countersuit, claiming the medical records are forged. But Tasha K's response was a chilling video where she looked into the camera and said, "Porsha, don't make me bring the doctor on the show." The atmospheric horror of that statement has silenced Porsha's camp for days. As part 2 concludes, the Lady Pond has become a medical hazard, and the world is waiting for the one thing Porsha hasn't given yet: the lab results. This part moves from the domestic drama to the international financial and legal war. While Porsha manages her image in Atlanta, her ex-husband Simon Guobadia is reportedly striking from across the globe with a scorched-earth legal strategy. While Porsha Williams is busy navigating the Lady Pond and dodging health allegations in Georgia, her ex-husband Simon Guobadia is reportedly striking back with the clinical precision of a man who has nothing left to lose but his reputation. It is mid-January 2026, and the atmospheric shift in the Guobadia-Williams saga has moved from a messy divorce to a $300 million forensic retaliation. Despite his deportation to Nigeria in mid-2025 following a grueling battle with ICE, Simon is reportedly using his newfound home court advantage to launch a series of legal strikes designed to void Porsha's entire divorce settlement. The chatter suggests that Simon is alleging that Porsha committed material fraud and perjury during their initial divorce proceedings. According to reports from Tasha Case Inner Circle, Simon is using the latest health and affair scandals as his primary evidence. His argument that Porsha's truth during the prenup negotiations was a total fabrication. Simon's core claim, as reported by Tasha K, is that Porsha misrepresented her financial intent by claiming she was retiring from reality TV to be a dedicated wife, only to sign a $9 million deal with NBC Universal just days after their marriage hit the rocks. But in 2026, the retaliation has a new, darker layer: the health clause. Sources suggest Simon is investigating whether Porsha knowingly concealed her alleged health condition during their marriage. In the high-stakes world of ironclad prenups, morality and health clauses can be game changers. If Simon can prove Porsha was aware of a chronic medical status and didn't disclose it before they wed, it could lead to a total forfeiture of her assets. The kind of change you notice when a mogul seeks revenge is a chilling sense of financial suffocation. Sources close to the case claim that Simon is working with international forensic auditors to track every dollar Porsha has spent since their split. The reports suggest that Simon is prepared to spend millions on legal fees just to ensure Porsha walks away with nothing. The atmospheric horror for Porsha is the realization that Simon is playing the long game from Nigeria. Because he is no longer in the US, he is reportedly immune to local contempt of court charges regarding unpaid bills, yet he can still use the American federal system to sue Porsha for defamation and fraud. What's being whispered is that Simon has been feeding the blogs to strategically lower Porsha's public stock before their 2026 trial dates. Tasha K alleges that Simon's $300 million figure isn't just for compensatory damages. It's a punitive strike aimed at her future earnings. The chatter suggests that Simon is suing to have a lien placed on her Bravo salary, claiming that her entire return to RHOA narrative was built on a foundation of lies about their marriage. The psychological toll of the Simon retaliation is reportedly what triggered Porsha's radio silence in early 2026. While she won the initial battle, securing a 36-month stay in the mansion and the Rolls-Royce, Simon is reportedly making it impossible for her to keep them. Reports suggest that because Simon is no longer in the country, he has reportedly stopped paying the property taxes and mortgage on the $7 million Duluth mansion, forcing Porsha to use her own liquid cash to keep the lights on. Tasha K's 2026 report suggests that Porsha is house poor, desperately filming the traitors and RHOA just to survive a legal war that Simon is funding with his international wealth. The story stays complicated because Simon is reportedly offering a bounty for any of Porsha's former partners to come forward. Tasha K's proof suggests that the secret stud Patrice McKinney was reportedly contacted by Simon's team with an offer to fund her legal defense if she sues Porsha for the health disclosures. The atmospheric horror for the viewers is watching the Princess of Atlanta get squeezed from both sides, Tasha K on the blogs and Simon in the courts. As Part 3 concludes, the victory Porsha celebrated in 2025 looks like a temporary truce in a war that is just beginning. The Simon retaliation is here, and it's $300 million worth of patience and power. The atmospheric shift in Porsha Williams' life moved from celebrity gossip to federal inquiry on November 16, 2025. As the Real Housewives of Atlanta star traveled back from BravoCon in Las Vegas, a routine Delta flight to Atlanta turned into a nightmare at 30,000 feet. While the world saw the viral footage of Porsha exiting the plane in a fur coat and Uggs, accompanied by law enforcement, the truth behind that mid-air confrontation is only now being fully dissected by Tasha K in 2026. The kind of change you notice when a private fear is voiced by a stranger in first class is a sense of pure, unadulterated panic. Initial reports focused on a dispute over phone etiquette, specifically Porsha listening to Instagram videos without headphones. However, Tasha K's 2026 report suggests the unhinged passenger, a 70-year-old woman, wasn't just complaining about the volume. The chatter suggests that this passenger allegedly confronted Porsha about the very health secrets and affair rumors that were just beginning to circulate in the Atlanta underground. When the woman reportedly pulled out her phone to record Porsha, the GWOAT reportedly reached her breaking point. The atmospheric horror of the FBI investigation wasn't just about the possibility of federal charges, it was about the paper trail. Because the incident occurred on an aircraft, it fell under special aircraft jurisdiction, triggering an automatic review by FBI Atlanta. While Porsha's attorney, Joe Habicki, successfully cleared her of criminal wrongdoing by November 21, 2025, proving through multiple eyewitnesses that she never physically assaulted the woman, the investigation itself may have opened Pandora's box. Tasha K alleges that during the federal review of the onboard disturbance, investigators and witnesses provided a roadmap of Porsha's erratic behavior that linked back to her crumbling Lady Pond narrative. What's being whispered is that the breakdown we saw in the bodycam footage was the beginning of the end. In the video, Porsha appears calm, but Tasha K's exposé suggests that Porsha was in a state of hypervigilance, terrified that the passenger's false allegations of physical assault would lead to a discovery of her undisclosed health status. The reports suggest that Porsha's "I Love Me Again" Instagram post following the incident was a desperate attempt to gaslight the public into believing she was fine, while her legal team was working overtime to bury the details of the secret stud and the medical records Sway McKinney was reportedly holding. The story stays complicated because the FBI investigation provided the forensic blueprints for Simon Guobadia's $300 million retaliation. Tasha K alleges that the federal scrutiny forced Porsha to provide statements that Simon is now using to prove perjury in their divorce settlement. The realization that a simple flight from Vegas became the catalyst for her 2026 downfall is the ultimate plot twist. As Part 4 concludes, the FBI clearance Porsha celebrated has become a hollow victory. The feds may have determined that no crime was committed on the plane, but they inadvertently confirmed that the Princess of Atlanta was living a life under extreme, unsustainable pressure. The atmospheric shift inside the Bravo headquarters in mid-January 2026 is one of pure, unadulterated code red. When Porsha Williams signed her massive multi-year deal with NBC Universal in early 2025, she was the golden child sent to save a dying franchise. But as we enter the home stretch of filming for RHOA Season 17, the chatter suggests that the GWOAT has become a ghost. According to Tasha K's latest deep dive, Bravo is reportedly in the process of re-editing the first half of the season to minimize Porsha's Lady Pond storyline, fearing that the mounting health secret allegations and the Sway McKinney betrayal have made the footage legally toxic. The kind of change you notice when a star becomes a liability is a chilling sense of production erasure. Sources close to the set claim that while Porsha was filming The Traitors Season 4 in Scotland, where she was recently banished early, the energy back in Atlanta was a total mutiny. The reports suggest that cast staples Kenya Moore and Phaedra Parks have reportedly led a consolidated resistance. The chatter suggests that during a cast trip to Dallas, Texas, Several ladies expressed extreme hesitation to film close proximity scenes with Porsha, citing the unverified health risks brought to light by Tasha K. This isn't just a petty housewives feud, it is a contractual standoff. Tasha K's January 2026 report alleges that even Phaedra Parks, who has shared a long frick and frack history with Porsha, has reportedly voiced concerns about being associated with the brewing legal drama. The atmospheric horror for Porsha is the sanitized edit. Tasha K alleges that the scenes featuring Porsha and her secret stud, married lover were scrapped entirely after the man's legal team sent a cease and desist to the production company. The chatter suggests that Bravo is now scrambling to fill the void with Cynthia Bailey's peach comeback and Drew Sidora's messy divorce leftover footage. Tasha K's 2026 exposé suggests that Porsha is being phased out of the promotional trailers, a move that usually signals a permanent exit or a demoted friend status. The realization that the $9 million savior of the show is reportedly being scrubbed from the call sheet has sent a chilling message to the rest of the cast. No one is too big to be deleted. What's being whispered is that the sisterhood Porsha preached about during her The Traitor's exit, where she famously called out Lisa Rinna for voting her out, was a desperate cry for loyalty that isn't being reciprocated in Atlanta. Tasha K's proof suggests that Porsha reached out to multiple veterans, begging them to hold the line for her, but the industry has turned cold. The reports suggest that even the Bravo boss, Andy Cohen, has had to address the chaos, with recent news confirming that even Nene Leakes is being brought back for a new spin-off, The Real Housewives. Ultimate road trip, further pushing Porsha out of the spotlight. The psychological toll of the IHOA collapse has reportedly left Porsha in a state of social paralyzation. According to reports, she was flabbergasted by the way the network and her friends turned on her once the Tasha K receipts hit the 1 million view mark. The chatter suggests that the Peach Please Margarita kit she's been promoting is her only remaining stream of income that isn't tied up in the Guabadia audits. Tasha K's 2026 report suggests that Porsha is fighting for her seat by offering to film a sit-down confession regarding her health. But Bravo is reportedly leaning toward a permanent pause. The atmospheric horror of Part 5 is the realization that The Real Housewives of Atlanta isn't just a show anymore. It's a forensic crime scene where everyone is trying to scrub their fingerprints off the princess's crown. The atmospheric shift in Atlanta on this January 15, 2026, is no longer just about a reality TV star. It is about the total forensic dismantling of a decade-long legacy. For 10 seasons, we watched Porsha Williams evolve from the clueless debutante to the GWOAT greatest wife of all-time entrepreneur. But as Tasha K breaks her final silence, the reports suggest that the crown hasn't just slipped. It has been melted down. The chatter suggests that Porsha is currently facing the final reckoning of her career as she stands at the intersection of a $300 million legal war and a public health scandal that has made her socially radioactive. The kind of change you notice when an icon hits the end of the road is a chilling sense of silence from the people who once stood in her corner. According to Tasha K's latest exposé, the Princess of Atlanta is reportedly in a state of financial and emotional paralysis. Simon Guobadia, striking from Nigeria after his 2025 deportation, has reportedly upped the ante. Sources suggest that Simon's $300 million retaliation lawsuit isn't just about the money, it's about proving material fraud. Simon is reportedly alleging that Porsha's entire return to IHOA was a calculated move to secure a massive prenup settlement while planning her exit from the marriage all along. The atmospheric horror for Porsha is that she is now fighting a ghost. Because Simon is in Nigeria, he is reportedly immune to US contempt of court charges regarding unpaid household bills, yet he can still use the American federal system to sue Porsha for defamation and perjury. Reports suggest that Porsha is house poor, desperately filming The Traitors, where she was recently banished early in Season 4, and IHOA just to maintain the $7 million Duluth mansion that is currently hit with liens and unpaid property taxes. But the most devastating blow comes from the Lady Pond fallout. Tasha K has allegedly obtained win records and sworn affidavits from Porsha's ex-partner, Patrice Sway McKinney. The chatter suggests that Sway has officially flipped, claiming that the relationship was a PR smokescreen to hide Porsha's affairs with married men. More seriously, Sway is alleging criminal transmission of a health condition, claiming Porsha failed to disclose her medical status before they became intimate. In Georgia, this moves the story from the blogs to a potential criminal investigation. What's being whispered in the wino society is that Bravo has reached its limit, with Kenya Moore and Phaedra Parks reportedly leading a caste mutiny over health and safety concerns on set. The reports suggest that Porsha's $9 million contract is being internally audited. Bravo is reportedly editing her out of major season 17 arcs to avoid legal liability. The realization that the GWOAT is being forced into a corner by the man she once scammed is the ultimate irony. As Part 6 concludes, the Princess of Atlanta title is vacant. The mansion is quiet, the Rolls-Royce is reportedly in repo status, and Tasha K is telling the world, the receipts always find their way home. The 5,000-word journey of Porsha Williams' 2026 fallout has provided a masterclass in the ugly truth behind reality TV royalty. We've witnessed the Lady Pond lies, the health secret bombshells, and the Simon Guobadia $300 million retaliation. Now we want to hear from you. Do you believe Porsha Williams can ever make a comeback, or is her legacy permanently destroyed? Is Simon a vengeful ex or a man seeking justice? Drop your theories in the comments below. If you want more deep-dive forensic scripts into the real stories behind the celebrity headlines, hit the like button and subscribe. We are tracking the 2026 court dates and the official legal filings in real time. Turn on those notifications because the winos always have the truth.